Hey friends, join me as I cook by memory at Miss Penny's Favorite Foods. Hi everybody. Thank you for being so patient and waiting on me to come back. I'm back and we are going to get started back on my favorite things since it's spring and because so many of my coworkers enjoy my grandmother's strawberry shortcake. That's what we're going to make today. This is my grandma's strawberry shortcake and we'll get started right now. All right, I have got 2 sticks of melted butter in here. And this is a quick, easy cake recipe. It's a vanilla cake and it's my go-to cake when I want to have a great foundation. This is it. 2 sticks of melted butter. To that, we're going to add 3 cups of cake flour and 1 tablespoon of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of salt. That goes in. And we're going to make everything in this bowl. We are not using a mixer for this because the cake is the foundation. So we're not building on the cake like a layer cake. So 1 bowl wonder. That's the beauty of this. To that, we're adding 1 cup of sugar. So how is your spring going so far? How is your spring going? We have 3 eggs. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3 eggs. That goes into the pot. 2 more ingredients and we're done. We're going to add a cup of milk. And we're going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. Now, a tablespoon may seem like a lot. You know I love vanilla. But it really calls for that for this vanilla cake. So I'm eyeballing it, but I'm going to put a tablespoon in. This is a recipe that you can make on the fly. If you want to have something, and this is the season being spring, that you can have any kind of berry that is in season, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, all those are in season right now. So any of those you can use. Strawberries are cheap. Right now you can get them 2 packs for $5, 2 packs for $3.99 in some places. So we're gonna whip this just enough to blend it, get those eggs mixed up. Like I said, you do not need a mixer for this because this is your vanilla strawberry cake. This is your vanilla cake that is going to hold everything else. So you whip it around. Your batter's going to look like this. It's going to look like pancake batter, a tad bit looser, but basically like pancake batter. It's good because you don't have to get out your mixer on a hot summer day. You whip it up, put it in. And I'll show you what we do with our strawberries next. It's a little trick that my grandmother used, and it works. So we're going to spray your pan. Pour your mix in your pan. Pour it all in there. We're going to put it in a 350 oven for about 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes. I'll let you know when it comes out. And this is our vanilla cake foundation for my grandmother's strawberry shortcake. All right, this is going in the oven. Okay, that's cooking. While that's cooking, we are going to make our strawberries. Here we go. You need a bowl. We're also going to use some cream cheese, and I'll show you that. That's another step. You need a bowl. You need strawberries. This is about close to 2 pounds, about a little over 1.5 pounds of strawberries. And you don't cut them real little. You cut them in hunks. Like these strawberries are halved. They're halved. And you want to be able to see your strawberries. This is regular strawberry gelatin. Regular strawberry gelatin, doesn't matter what brand you get. You can even get sugar-free if you want. This is a 6-ounce box, so it's the large box, not the 3-ounce box. Strawberry gelatin. That goes in. Okay, so our Jell-O. It's like I said, it's a 6-ounce box of Jell-O. To that, we're going to do the simple directions that the Jell-O has, which is a cup of we're going to use a cup of boiling water. And we're going to dissolve that exactly like you make Jell-O. This is such a cool trick. This is going to save you so much money. When you make strawberry shortcake from scratch, you can always buy that strawberry syrup, the thickened syrup for strawberry shortcakes you can get in the produce section of any store. I don't like it. It's artificial. I don't like the texture of it. And this is pennies. This just, no pun intended. But this is only pennies. You know what a box of Jell-O costs. So then you add your 2 cups because it's 3 cups total. But because we're making strawberry shortcake, we don't want the gelatin to set all the way. We want it to have some thickness, but it will be much better. So you use, instead of 2 level cups of cold water, we're using 2 cups and 4 tablespoons. 2 cups plus 4 tablespoons of cold water. And we're going to add that to our Jell-O. That's it. That is it. And you have got your strawberry sauce. To that, you're going to add all of your strawberries. All of your strawberries go in the pot. All those luscious, big, plump strawberries. They go in the bowl with the strawberries. They will give their natural juices to the Jell-O so that it tastes fresh and super strawberry-y. Now what you do is put it in the refrigerator. It's going to go in the refrigerator for approximately an hour and a half, at least. There's been times when I set it at night and got that morning, took it out. It will be thickened. It will not be set like Jell-O. It will be perfectly thickened, clear red sauce, and ready to go. The Jell-O already has your sugar in it. It already has the thickener in it. All it needs is fresh strawberries. You cut them in half so that their essence will bleed into the Jell-O. You can keep them whole, but it tastes better when you cut them. And also, it makes your strawberries go further. And that's it. That is the second step to my grandma's homemade strawberry shortcake. That goes in the refrigerator. All right, step 1 is done. We've made the vanilla cake, the foundation. Step 2 is done. We have made our strawberry filling. We have 2 more steps to go. The third step is our cream cheese filling. And we're going to make that now. Super simple, very simple dessert. Like I said, 1 cup of powdered sugar. 12 ounce of cream cheese, softened cream cheese, not the square. You can use the square if you only have a square. Just set it out and let it get soft. And add just a tad more powdered sugar. So you've got a cup of powdered sugar. To that we are going to put in 12 ounces because your strawberry shortcake should be creamy, luscious. It should be complex. And this is the third step. The final step is super easy as well. You're going to use whipped topping. Now, if you want to use pure whipped cream and you want to whip it with the heavy cream and whip it, totally fine. Absolutely fine. But if it's going to keep for a while, you may want to go in and use the Cool Whip, or even the store brand. Even the store brand whipped topping. It doesn't matter which whipped topping you use. You can use the light. You can use the extra creamy. Whatever you want. Whichever one you want. Because you're not putting that on until right before you serve it. Right before you serve it. That's when you put that on. And the reason you wait until the very end, when it's time almost to serve it, to put your whipped cream topping on, and you're going to spread it on the top like you're icing in a cake, is because you want everything to set. You give everything a chance to set. For instance, when the cake comes out, I'll let it cool. Once it cools, the strawberries will be, and once the strawberries are set and they've thickened, which may be a couple of hours, then you're on to your third step. And that is you pour the strawberry and the juice over your cake. You let that set. So you put the whole thing back in the refrigerator for at least a half an hour or more. Doesn't matter how long, but at least a half an hour. And then you bring it back out and you put this third step. And all you're going to do for this third step is you're going to take a tablespoon and you're going to dollop your cream cheese mixture. You're going to dollop it all over the top of the strawberries in spoonfuls. You don't spread it. You don't spread it. You just put little spoonfuls. You put spoonfuls all over the top of your strawberries that you've spread over the cake. Once you do that, cover it. Put the whole thing back in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve it. Now you can serve it later that day. You can serve it an hour or two before you eat, or before you serving it after you eat. But just before you can do it right before you serve it even. You can put your whipped cream on. But let each layer go back in the refrigerator and refrigerate and get cool, and it'll set. So that when you're ready to serve your cake, it has been thoroughly set. It has its independent layers that are clear when you serve them. And it's a totally put together strawberry shortcake. So now your cream cheese, it looks luscious. The only thing I'm going to do that I have not done is I'm going to put about 3 drops of, or maybe 4 drops. It's your dessert. And what that does is it wakes up the cream, it wakes up the cream cheese, and it gives it its own distinct taste. So what you're really going to have when everything is said and done is a strawberry shortcake cheesecake. And it's going to look like it took hours, and it's going to look amazing. It's going to taste amazing. It upgrades strawberry shortcake 10 degrees. So this is step 3. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it set. And we're going to wait on our cake to come out. I'll come back once the cake is cool and we'll assemble and you'll see. All right, I'll be back. Okay, the cake has just been taken out the oven. It's very hot. We're going to let it cool off. But this is your vanilla cake. We're going to let it cool. It's very hot. But we're going to finish it once it cools. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, everybody, we are ready for our 2 final steps to my grandmother's strawberry shortcake. So we have gotten step 1 done, which is the vanilla cake, fully baked. And then we've got step 2 done, which is preparing the strawberries with the gelatin. And that's how that looks. It's been setting for about 3 hours. Because I had to do an errand. So I just let it set. As you can see, it stays put. It stays put. All right. We're ready for step 4 and step 5. Step 4 is the is the cream cheese. The cream cheese, a pint of cream cheese, softened, and a cup of powdered sugar. Blend them together. Teaspoon of vanilla, and mix it, and that's what this is. So all you do with this is put dollops all over your strawberry shortcake. I hope all my friends at work, at the house, this is how I make it. So you can make it yourself anytime you want. It's really super easy, as you can see. And you can make this anytime you want for yourself. And that's why I'm showing it to you, because this is dedicated to all of my coworkers. And a special shout out to Grandma Rosa. Hey, Grandma. She is one among many of my coworkers who just encourage me so beautifully. Bless their hearts. I love you all. I really do. And this is for you, so that you can make it anytime you want this summer. And you don't have to wait on me to make it. Yay. All right, here we go. That was step 4. You don't have to spread it out. No real need. Everybody's going to get some when it blends in anyhow. So just leave it like that. And then you put your whipped cream or non-dairy. If you want Cool Whip, this is Cool Whip. And I'm putting it out like this. And then I'll smear it a little bit so that it covers everything. But there's no real, you just make sure that the whole thing is covered when you're done. And that's it. That is my grandma's homemade strawberry shortcake. And we had this growing up all the time. We took it for granted all summer long. My grandmother had strawberries. Like I said, she had a garden. She had a serious garden. And we took all this for granted. She discovered the Jell-O trick sort of by accident. She said that she was just experimenting with something that didn't take so much sugar from her, that she could just put it together and quickly. So this is how she came up with this. And it's always been a hit. And I'm so glad that the people that have tried this love it. But this is it. Simple and easy. Very economical. And it's not taxing your sugar supply. To make the strawberry sauce, you're not taxing it. You're just using a large box of Jell-O. And if you want to use raspberries, use raspberry Jell-O. You know, if you want to make it a different, use that Jell-O. And it'll set the same way. And you will have a wonderful shortcake. My grandma's homemade strawberry shortcake. We're going to cut it so that you can see it. And I need you to be able to kind of see the layers. You need to kind of see the layers. And hopefully it'll come out nice and easy so that you can see the layers. And that is my grandma's homemade strawberry shortcake. Vanilla cake, homemade, fresh strawberries, a little gelatin, some Cool Whip, and you got it. A cool dessert in the summertime. Okay, let me taste it and you see how this tastes. Mmm. See?